Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick Asperti, and welcome to the first ever Convoke Healthcare Supply Chain Management Conference. I cannot even express how happy it makes me to see this room of people before me. I'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for this conference: Cardinal Health, Vizient GPO, Owens & Minor, as well as Halyard Health, and 3M. Before we begin, I'd like to review several items. Please note that in case of an emergency, there are 2 exits located at the side of the room. Should it be needed, please exit in an orderly fashion to the lobby and then outside. We kindly ask that you please silence your cell phones, and lastly, please follow our COVID-19 protocols and wear your mask when moving about the conference. You may remove your mask when seated, as we have taken extra care and precautions for safe social distancing while in general and breakout sessions, as well as at lunch. There are hand sanitizing and mask stations located strategically throughout the conference facility. They are very clearly labeled. We greatly appreciate your cooperation regarding these guidelines, as your health and safety is of the greatest importance to us. When we started planning this conference 18 months ago, never in our wildest dreams could we have anticipated that we would be dealing with a global pandemic over the last year. Our primary goal when we were putting this together was to bring healthcare supply professionals, both suppliers and providers, from around the globe together for collaboration, networking, and learning opportunities. Although this is still our goal at this conference, we gather now in a time of unprecedented challenges in our industry. On a positive note, 6 months ago, we thought there was very little possibility that this conference would be able to happen. We were so thankful for the work that our scientists and government institutions have done since that time to roll a COVID-19 vaccine and provide guidance that has allowed us to once again gather together. All of us in this room had very different priorities in our role as supply chain professionals a little more than a year ago. Most of us were going about our regular business as we have been doing for the past 10 years, focusing on inventory efficiency, product cost and utilization, ensuring ample product inventory with the ultimate goal of providing support for our clinicians so they're able to provide top-notch health care to our communities. The notion that we would ever be struggling to obtain a box of gloves or a procedure mask to provide our frontline workers would have been inconceivable. Our focus over the next 2 days is to help all of you have a better understanding of where the industry will be heading in the next 6 to 12 months and provide tools and strategies so we can be successful. We hope you are excited about the robust schedule we have planned for all of you. Our full itinerary, as well as information on all of our breakout sessions, is available on the Convoke Healthcare Supply Chain Management Conference app on both Google Play and the App Store for Apple. There's also a copy of the itinerary in your welcome bag you received at registration. One of the biggest assets we feel that this conference has is the vendor fair that we are able to provide for all of you. On the show floor, which is across from the hall, we will have 50 vendors from around the world providing insight into their products and services. This is a fantastic way to experience some of the latest and greatest products and technology available in the market today. The vendor fair will open from 9 o'clock this morning till 4 o'clock this afternoon, and tomorrow from 8 o'clock to noon. One of the fun items that is included in your welcome bag is our vendor passport. Bring that passport and have it stamped by all the participating vendors at the vendor fair, and you can enter it into the drawing by 11:30 tomorrow morning for a chance to win some fantastic prizes when the drawing takes place at 11:45, which will be located at the Vizient booth on the show floor. I feel that we have done a really nice job of scheduling to allow significant time to be spent exploring the vendor fair and hope you take full advantage of it. I'm also very excited to announce our 2 general session speakers for this conference. Today, we will be treated to our opening keynote speaker, Jimmy James, President and CEO of Vizient GPO. Mr. James will be providing some very interesting insight on how group purchasing organizations, such as Vizient, are navigating these new waters in supply chain. Specifically, Mr. James will be providing an update on recent meetings with several global industry leaders in PPE manufacturing and how Vizient is collaborating to ensure equitable distribution of products at a fair market value across the world. Our closing keynote speaker, taking the stage tomorrow at 10 o'clock here in the main hall, is a pioneer in the distribution world. Having created one of the largest distribution networks on the planet, we will be honored to have the privilege to listen to Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Mr. Bezos will be providing all of us insight on the global distribution interruption that has resulted from the COVID-19 pandemic. We are incredibly honored to have such distinguished guests as our speakers. In addition to our impressive keynote speakers, we have lined up an incredible slate of breakout sessions starting today at 10 a.m. These breakout sessions will be held in the 4 adjacent rooms to the show floor. We have 12 unique and relevant sessions planned for today, with 4 of them starting at 10 to 10:45, the next 4 at 11 to 11:45. We'll have a break for lunch, and then continue with the final 4 at 2:15 to 3 o'clock. As you will only be able to attend one session in each time slot, we have asked 4 presenters to provide another session tomorrow from 8:15 to 9 o'clock. These sessions are uniquely crafted to address current issues many of us are facing due to the pandemic. These topics include value analysis, contracting, inventory management, and primary distribution challenges. There are also topics on shipping challenges, back orders, ever-changing PPE requirements, and resource limitations. Lastly, we will delve into the topics of internal allocation, interdepartmental dependency with an emphasis on bioclinical engineering, state and federal reporting, as well as space management. I'm also very pleased to announce that we have worked with the the American Hospital Association, to allow these sessions to each count as 3/4 of a continuing education unit. These topics will be presented by your peers in the provider and distribution world. Never has the provider-distributor relationship been more important in order to establish partnership, trust, transparency, and collaboration. It is my greatest hope that this conference provides you with valuable insight and confidence that our industry can overcome the ramifications of this pandemic. I think that after the H1N1 scare back in 2009, we all knew that another pandemic would be possible, and I'm sure that some of us put in place processes that would help us should one rise again. But the fact is, everyone was caught off guard and flat-footed with COVID-19. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. We realized that our governments were not prepared for prolonged support. Hospitals could not have anticipated the shortage of supplies, coupled with exponentially increased demands, and early on how important toilet paper was to society. This event, if anything, has reinforced that we live in a global society with a global economy, global interdependence. The path forward is global cooperation with national and local support from everybody. I hope that everyone here enjoys the conference, and without further ado, please let's give a warm welcome to our opening keynote speaker, Jimmy James, President and CEO of Vizient. Thank you.